They'll beat Rogue, they'll beat Ghost, they'll beat somebody. They didn't, and here they are. So, 5 minutes on the clock. It is Chaos against Cloud9 in our first matchup of the day. Boy, buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. These two are getting at it in the pregame warm-up lobby as well. There's a lot of sweating going on as Taroko will play this slowly on his back wall. Torment to intercept, but Mektos is there. Here is Squishy, and his shot blocked away.
Yeah, you brought up that pregame, Stacks, and a lot of times we'll be watching the players just ensure that the server's good on their end and everything's ready to go, and Cloud9 taking it very seriously. They know how much is on the line today, but Chaos not going to be turned away easily. Corrupted G booms that on target and gets the first goal of the game.
And this is something that has plagued Cloud9 all season long. This shot should never find the net, and Torment just misses on it.
That's the story of Cloud9's season. There's been whiffs, there's been double commits, and if you look at their stats all across the board compared to Season 7 and Season 6, it's been a consistent decline.
Mektos trying to flop his way around the defense. Now Taroko coming on, challenging Squishy, but that's going to be cleared away. Now Gimmick. Or Squishy, no, take it himself, underneath Mektos, over Corrupted G, and Taroko gets back for the save.
Last man back, and that's a perfect clear. He needed to get a touch on the ball, and he put it exactly where no Cloud9 players were.
Cloud9 is a team that does not break out on the offensive end very often. They played very defensive all season long. All three players spent half of every game, on average, in the defensive third. Giving up a cheap goal as they did really puts them behind the 8 ball more than it would most other teams. Gimmick against Corrupted G. He's around him, underneath Mektos, and this game is tied.
The catch, the dribble, the drive to the hoop, and Gimmick puts one on the board for Cloud9. It's a good catch at the top of the box, and a good challenge for Torment to get that ball towards midfield.
And it's got to feel great for Gimmick, who has had his struggles all season long, but when he scores, this Cloud9 team is much better off. We'll get to that in a moment as Mektos pops one up in the air. Gimmick is after it. And he'll try to play over Taroko. He does. Corrupted G in a tough spot. Gets bumped out of the way. And Squishy gives Cloud9 the lead.
The high IQ play coming out from Gimmick here. He gets a good touch over Taroko. Realizes he can't get that double tap. And you see him take Corrupted G out of the picture. It's a wide open net for Squishy. And 100 times out of 100, he'll never miss those.
We mentioned Gimmick getting involved in the action, a goal and an assist. Cloud9 is 6-11 this season when Gimmick does not score a goal. Obviously much better off when he does get on the scoreboard, as he has very early on in game 1. Torment through to Corrupted G. It's coming right back in. Gabe is up after this, and he will get a piece of that ball, but it is cleared away by the tandem of Squishy and Gimmick. Gimmick's shot leaves Mektos in a tough spot, but Corrupted G does get his own quarter boost and can try to work out of the defensive end. Doesn't work very well. Another demo, this time by Gimmick, by the team at Cloud9 that had the fewest demos all season. And Taroko will clear this away.
Oh, good catch from Torment. Over the entire defense, and Cloud9 go up by 2.
Torment just catches this, and again, when Torment is involved in the attack, this is a much different Cloud9. This is looking more like the Cloud9 of old, instead of having Torment always at the back. Halfway through game 1, Cloud9 well out in front. Still a lot of Rocket League to be played though. Corrupted G gonna try to get the ground pinch. Instead it's a bounce, looking for the bump, and Torment will come in to back up Gimmick.
Oh, Mektos had Taroko available for the back pass. Couldn't quite get the angle on it though, and mix up in the corner. Gimmick able to get it over Corrupted G, and Squishy with the whiff, Mektos with the shot, and Gimmick in there for the save. Torment gets a touch on it as well, but Corrupted G keeping pressure up. Chaos starting to feel the time tick down.
Mektos right at Torment. Taroko is coming on as well. Corrupted G's got to get this, and he does not. Gimmick, tough angle, gonna float one up, and Squishy a little too far forward, has to rush back.
I feel like that's one Gimmick has to get. It's definitely a tight angle shot, but a player of his caliber should be able to ring those in.
Mektos gave this a look, but it'll be Gimmick again all the way downfield. Corrupted G, good power clear from his own back line. Follow up is just off the mark from Taroko. Mektos on the rebound, does nothing with it, and Corrupted G misses entirely.
Torment was looking for that demo for the past 10 seconds, coming all the way from the orange half to get that, and he cleared it open, passes downfield to give this ball into the orange half, and Chaos still looking for 2 goals. They need to get to work fast as Cloud9 being very stingy on the defensive half.
The only tally so far for Chaos was that full field clear that should have definitely been pushed away by Torment. Now Squishy going up top, that'll kiss the ceiling, but Taroko has the read. Gimmick will come on, and Torment took his time. Gimmick's shot is gonna ring off the post. That could have been the dagger here in game 1, but now Mektos from the ceiling right at Squishy Muffins.
Good challenge there from Gabe, but nobody home from Chaos. They're not feeling the clock ticking down. Need to see a little bit of sense of urgency from their end. Good demo. The drop down pass over to Taroko, and that is a goal, and we're within 1.
That seemed to go in slow motion as Mektos got control of this ball following the demo. The defender, Squishy, did all he could, but he was dead to rights sitting in the net. And now with 28 seconds left, there is a chance for Chaos. This goes right through to Mektos. He'll have another touch, has options. Instead went for the flip reset. Taroko will follow, and that's well cleared by Gimmick. That's gonna send Chaos all the way back. Gimmick will steal some boost. Mektos will be befuddled as to where that boost is, and that may just about do it. Gimmick will kill off a little more clock here. 5 seconds left. Squishy interfering with Mektos. 1 more off the back wall, and that will just about do it unless Chaos can keep this in the air.
Good hit.
And with that touch, they will most certainly not. Cloud9 had their struggles early on in game 1, but they come through. The Cloud9 of old takes game 1.
Yeah, it just seems like Chaos Esports was doing the tryptophan trot up and down the field there, feeling Thanksgiving dinner just in their bellies. But they woke up towards the end. That first goal just credited to a simple mistake coming out from Cloud9. Chaos Esports, once they woke up, seemed like they're bringing the fight to Cloud9.
They did, and this was the big blow by Torment. Proved to be the eventual game winner. Not something you expect out of Torment. You watch the team this season, you expect maybe he's going to pass that off and then rotate back and play even more defense as he had to all season long, but picked his spot, had the defense guessing, and they guessed wrong.
Well, when you go up with the ball at the top of your box uncontested like that, and you're a player like Torment, you're going to score those goals. Somebody from Chaos has to challenge that ball, whether they're just double jumping mid-air just to put a body in front of that ball. They have to do something. You can't give Torment that ball, because what happens when Cloud9 gets Torment involved in offense? They win games. You look back to World 6 season championships, I mean, that dude was all over the field. If you slow down Torment, you slow down Cloud9.
One other stat to throw your way, Chaos losing that game by just 1 goal. It's the 32nd game this season out of the 48 that they've played that has been decided by just 1 goal. That is insane. They have a 15-17 record now in those games. They have played close with everybody all season long, including at the end of the season, just to get into the top 4. But more often than not, they have lost those games. That one goes to Cloud9. We'll see what happens with the encore here in game 2. Squishy trying to go over top of Taroko, but he's intercepted that at midfield. And Taroko will just run back for boost. Boost over ball, and it worked out. He got both.
And one thing I'm going to be keeping my eye on the entire match, Stacks, is Cloud9's double commits. When they double commit, they are more times than not losing all of those matches. We saw it all season long, Gimmick and Squishy fighting over the ball. I want to see communication. I want to see team plays. I want to see passing plays like that, but Taroko sniffed it out all the way downfield, and a last-ditch effort save coming out from Squishy, who just got taken off the field.
Got taken off the field, but Torment came in and made the save. He was the last man on the field. Now it'll be Taroko, infield pass for Corrupted G, and Torment jumps in front.
That was a perfect pass.
This is popped up, and it will be set down by Taroko. Nobody else downfield for Chaos. Now Gimmick had Torment coming on to help, but also had Corrupted G to deal with. Mektos will play that aside. Gimmick was lurking, and Mektos did well to get that corner boost as Gimmick was trying to steal. Not something that Cloud9 did a whole lot all season long. They seldom had the opportunity to camp out on the offensive end of the field and start stealing opposing teams' boots. This Torment will clear this right at Corrupted G and is coming right back in courtesy of Mektos.
Chaos is playing pretty bunched up right now. Every time they get this ball in the offensive half, they're not really able to do anything with it because that third man is left back alone. Good challenge there for Corrupted G. Here comes Squishy. Ball on his hook, flick over, but Taroko says no.
Gimmick now right at Corrupted G, and another big clear by Chaos as they try to counterattack. Team that shot more than anybody else in the rival series, at least the North American rival series this season, averaging over 9 shots a game. They got there in game 1, just barely. This is going to be over to the side, and Taroko will have a play around Gimmick. Has a chance to go up to the ceiling, but he is going to get dispossessed by Torment. Now Corrupted G has that ball go right by him. Gimmick creating a lot of havoc in front of the net and got one more touch. That will send Chaos into improv mode here.
Chaos very low on boost. Mektos just used all that he has in the tank. Has to wait. That ball's up towards the top of the box. Up goes Taroko, sending it to the side, but they still aren't out of murky water yet as this ball's staying in Chaos's half.
Squishy is up for this. It'll bank off the ceiling, and Corrupted G has it. Now Torment. No, it'll be Gimmick who plays. Corrupted G barely getting a piece of that ball. He had no boost to work with whatsoever. That's been the story for Chaos so far in this game. Now they have a chance to get forward. Taroko, tough angle, instead opted to drop one down in front, but nobody was there. Corrupted G will get this, but he will not get his own corner boost. That'll be taken, I believe, by Gimmick. Now Taroko has time and space to work with. This is dangerous. This is when he's at his deadliest, but he doesn't do anything with it here.
Called out Gimmick getting that ball and a good pass over to Corrupted G, and Chaos take the lead late in game number 2.
Taroko just happened to fall there, and on his way back, Gabe calls him out, says, hey, put it up there. He does. 1-0 to Chaos.
And I'd like to bring up the fact you brought up Gimmick coming to get that boost steal out of Chaos's zone. It put him out of position for the entire play and led to the Chaos goal.
90 seconds remaining. This is cleared right at Corrupted G yet again. He has been a presence in midfield. That touch goes around Gimmick. Torment got a demo, got a second to go with it, but the save is made by Taroko.
One-on-one opportunity, and Gimmick rushing downfield, can't get the challenge. Taroko by 1 with the wraparound pass, and Torment there for the save for Cloud9.
Now Squishy has Gimmick in support. Torment over towards Squishy, wide pass, and that'll go right back across for Taroko. He got nudged from behind. This will go right to Gimmick. Torment and Gimmick both up, and Torment ties the game.
You got 2 Cloud9 offenders barreling down at you. Which one are you going to go for? Well, the defender picks wrong, goes for Gimmick. Torment puts the shot right below him, and just like that, game number 2, all tied up.
Could be yet another 1-goal game for Chaos Esports Club, the former Plot Twist. Taroko skies one right at Squishy. And it will be Taroko to bring this all the way back to his own end. Ran into Mektos, though. And Mektos fortunate to be able to make the save there. Now Corrupted G. Over to Mektos. Redirect is just wide. Popped up for Taroko. Tough angle. Dropped it down to Gabe. And cleared by Gimmick. Now it can be taken by Squishy. The Toronto native who just Friday celebrated his 19th birthday. Love to celebrate with a win. Now Mektos out of the corner. Taroko right back in. Chaos. They are circling around, trying to get a pass out in front, and that's cleared by Squishy again.
That's open.
Mektos. Oh, it's blocked by Torment with only 3 seconds left. Taroko again. That is set away, and we will play maybe for overtime. Instead, Gimmick with one more challenge, and that may have scared most teams off, but Chaos gave it a look anyways, and they are not going to just concede OT yet.
Oh. Chaos wanted to end it right then and there. They didn't want to give Cloud9 a chance, but instead, we headed to overtime in game number 2. Mektos, prime opportunity there. That ball's dangerous. Poor hit, but Corrupted G there for the cleanup.
And Gimmick was trying to read and react. I don't think anybody expected that ball to go there. Torment with the tail, and that's going to be cleared away. Now Squishy, can he get a second touch? He certainly can. That's going to be cleared by Mektos. So just as Chaos were hitting Cloud9 in the defensive end at the end of regulation, overtime, at least the first 30 seconds, has belonged to C9. Squishy can't follow this play up. Corrupted G goes through Gimmick. Torment needs to be sure-handed, and he is.
Mektos there for the follow-up, puts that ball in, but nobody at midfield for Chaos, and somehow Taroko wins that 50-50. Squishy puts this into the corner, and Mektos just keeping the pressure up, keeps the ball alive, and Chaos doing a great job of midfield control right now, not allowing Cloud9 to break out of their half.
Taroko infield pass, and Mektos was there. So too was most of the Cloud9 defense. Torment just waiting for that shot from Mektos. Didn't have a lot of pace, and now here comes Cloud9. Again, Season 6 world champions trying to hold their spot in the RLCS. Squishy around the board, set right back out by Corrupted G. They'll have to reset and try again. Now Gimmick will sky one up, and that's going to be set out for Torment. Now Squishy coming on again. Bank shot off the ceiling, and Taroko not fooled one bit.
Gimmick buried Corrupted G in the net right there. And Mektos has a wide open look at net. Squishy comes off the side wall. Put it into the corner, and Gimmick coming up. He has an angle, puts this into the corner. Can't quite reach that double tap. That would have been tricky.
Taroko needs a lot of power behind this. It will go out as far as Gimmick, but he got bumped by Taroko. Now Mektos trying to control over a couple, but Squishy is there as Chaos could not follow the play downfield. Now Taroko again. He'll have Corrupted G helping out. And back to play this is Squishy. Not seeing the mistakes that we saw in Game 1 and all season long by Cloud9. They look very solid, very comfortable on the defensive end. Here's Mektos. That shot's going to be off the target, and Squishy will save it anyway.
Yeah, Cloud9 knows how much is on the line right now. Relegation could change so much for them. That ball all the way downfield for Corrupted G, but good clear. Cloud9 has been so dominant for so long, and they changed the meta long time ago with those infield passing plays, and we've seen it evolve over time with the Pittsburgh Knights utilizing that, but also very aggressive going throughout the zone, looking for demos, and Cloud9, we saw Gimmick multiple times trying to do that here. They're all on the same page in game number 2.
Squishy's using a lot of boost to not do a whole lot with that ball, but Chaos weren't in position to keep the pressure on as Squishy will clear another one away. Taroko is there. We're into the 4th minute now of overtime in game 2 as Mektos will drop one down. That's going to be right to Gimmick. Squishy beats Mektos to that midfield boost. He'll have to go all the way back. And now Cloud9 can set up again. Gimmick coming through, and that's blocked away. Now Torment. He'll try to play from the ceiling with that ball, but that's going to be Mektos to play it all the way across. Gimmick will try again. What does he have up his sleeve this time? Not a whole lot. Squishy was a challenge, but this should be boomed away, and it certainly is. By Torment, we'll get that.
Forced to use a lot of boost there. It's going to put him in a terrible spot, and Mektos couldn't quite find the angle to put it in the far post. Taroko booms it towards mid, but that's cleared away by Torment, and Gimmick and Squishy go up together. We've seen it multiple times, but Gimmick can't get the wraparound shot. Does get the boost steal, and back and forth we go. This ball is cleared back towards midfield. Neither team willing to look at defeat, but Taroko says, Chaos, we're going to tie this series up.
And it's Mektos and Taroko, the deadly duo in North America. They hook up for this one after 4+ minutes of OT, and a huge statement made by Chaos, not backing down yet again, and of course, another 1-goal game.
Cloud9, a simple mistake there, double commit on the offensive half, allowed the breakout from Chaos that leads to this goal. The moment you least expect it, that's when these teams are beating Cloud9, and the simple mistakes are capitalized upon. And right now, it's just a matter of communication for Cloud9.
Cloud9, one of the teams that shot the least in the RLCS, but they didn't play many overtime games, certainly not with the length of that game there. And Chaos doing what they've done all season long, just playing these very close, grindy matchups. They're grinding out against everybody. It doesn't matter where they are, up or down the standings, even if they're an RLCS team. This is a team that you just can't put them away.
No, you can't. Even if you're at the bottom of the rival series, this team plays to their opponents. They need to just figure out their own play style instead of trying to emulate what their opponents are doing and matching blow for blow. But Chaos looked very good right there, and so far Corrupted G has a goal in both games 1 and games 2. He was a player that was lacking in the beginning of the rival series, but slowly started to ramp up as the season progressed further and further, and now we're just seeing true form Corrupted G that really reminiscent of past RLCS seasons when we saw him play.
Yeah, and there is no weak link on this team at this point, too. Corrupted G came on, as you mentioned, in a huge way, and all three players just about get an equal number of shots. It is staggering to see a team where one guy comes in with 144 shots, the next guy's got 143, the guy behind him's got 142. It's crazy how equal all three of these players are, and something that you don't see nearly often enough. That save made by Squishy has Cloud9 on the attack, but Torment is stopped by Taroko. Mektos comes in to help. Taroko to finish. No, it's saved away off the post.
That was inches away from going in. Taroko not done as they continue to batter the net. Corrupted G falling back on defense. Good veteran play there. Bombs it upfield to Taroko. Comes off the ceiling to get the touch, and Cloud9. Whew, they just dealt with 30 seconds of pure offense from Chaos.
This will be Taroko trying to find Corrupted G. Instead, Gabe's going to try and re-jump a challenge. So now Taroko banks one out, and Corrupted G just a little slow to that ball, as Torment will win it to the corner. Now Squishing. Needs a second touch, won't get it. He can't land on the wall. Now Mektos got the flip reset, won't use it, and he tried to play pinball. Taroko saved by Squishy. Corrupted G right at him again. Needed to wait just a touch longer. Instead, this will be cleared away by Cloud9.
Cloud9 defense being very stingy here in game number 3, holding on just by a thread. This one going towards backboard. Gimmick gonna put it into the corner. He does get that boost pad, but gives up the ball. Gimmick and Squishy working together. Down the field he goes by 1, by 2. The pass to Torment off the post, and Chaos get away with 1.
Well, they're going to be thanking their lucky stars. If they come away with a win here, Taroko will dunk one through. Corrupted G now back towards the crossbar. Now Corrupted again, plays another ball in, and Gimmick will try to play around Mektos, but Mektos does not dive in for the challenge. Now Squishy. One more touch needed, and that's set away by Corrupted G. Now Corrupted G, he thought about burning all of his boost to maybe stay up for that ball and wisely peeled off. Now it'll be onto Corrupted G to try and stop Squishy. That doesn't happen, so Taroko rushes back in time.
And great pass from Gimmick towards the box, and he puts it in. Torment gives his team the advantage right near halftime.
Yeah, this is fantastic from Gimmick. Also got the boost, so anything Taroko had, he didn't have enough of it to get back into position, and Torment with pinpoint placement on the opposite side, and that is textbook from Cloud9. Mektos wins that challenge. Corrupted G is there to follow up. Chaos trying to erase a small deficit early in game 3. Mektos loses control. Here's Torment against Corrupted G. Gimmick very far forward again. Doesn't have a lot of boost though, and has his pocket picked by Taroko.
And that's been the difference this season for Cloud9. Normally, Gimmick's been used to getting those balls uncontested off the side wall, but against all these young teams that they've had to face, Pittsburgh Knights, E United, Space Station Gaming, one thing is consistent, it's Squishy scores goals, but these teams challenge early.
That is Squishy's second of the series. Just barely beating out Gimmick to that ball. You mentioned they were almost joined at the hip for a lot of the season going after the same ball, but of no consequence there. There was nobody in the net. Cloud9 doubles their lead.
Yeah, almost Siamese Rocket League players.
Torment will play one all the way through the corner, but instead of chasing after that ball, he steals the boost. Then he gets nudged from behind by Taroko.
That's a good play there from Taroko to get the player in front of the ball. He no longer has an option other than a back pass, but here comes Squishy looking for another Corrupted G for the last-ditch effort save. Torment, good catch and carry over the side wall. Gimmick is up, but whiffs on that play, expecting a hit from the defense there, and it didn't come out.
Mektos did get the corner boost, but he got bumped away from the play. He's waiting at midfield. Does make himself useful, but that ball does not find Corrupted G. Instead, it finds Gimmick. Now Squishy, no, he's going to give way to Torment. Gimmick still in the net, trying to get a piece of Mektos. Mektos does well to clear the zone.
Yeah, if there's a lull in the action and you don't know who to watch, keep your eye on Gimmick. He has been swinging through the zone, looking for defenders consistently every single time. You just saw him get a demo there. He's coming out aggressive. Taroko looking for the hard cross-body angle shot. Couldn't quite get there.
And if he didn't get that demo, I imagine that might have been a goal because that was a great pass out in front. Instead, look at this demo opening things up. Torment picked his spot. No, but Squishy there to follow. His third now, his second of the game, and that will put away game 3.
And who was it? Gimmick gets the demo, takes a Chaos player off the field, and at that point, it's just a matter of battering the net to open it up, and Cloud9 go up by 3.
These final 35 seconds will be a little more than a victory lap for Cloud9 in game 3. They're going to take a 2-1 series lead and, more importantly, be halfway towards surviving this encounter with Chaos. They'll be one step closer as well to maintaining their spot in the RLCS. Still got a long way to go, though, in this best of 7. Taroko trying to break up the shutout. Mektos passed over to Corrupted G. That's going to at least be encouraging, except for the shot being blocked. And then Torment swatting it away one last time. Message sent, and Cloud9's up 2-1.
That's one way to come back from getting swept in game number 2, shut out rather. You come out and do the exact same thing to your opponents. But you've got to put it all on Squishy there. 2 goals, 4 saves, and 3 shots. He just led the offensive charge, and with the help of Gimmick opening up that net, we saw it so many times, and you see a beautiful play here from Gimmick. The pass just picture perfect.
Yeah, Gimmick, look, Squishy had the 2 goals, but that game was all about Gimmick. If ever a player could be considered the most valuable player in a game where they didn't score a goal, that right there from Gimmick is one of those games. Chaos, they managed 11 shots there, but as has been the case all season long, we talk about nobody shooting more than them in the rival series. Shot quality certainly matters, and they weren't very high quality looks. A lot of soft shots, a lot of shots right at defenders. Very first minute or 2 of the game, we saw a couple opportunities that Squishy dealt with very easily. So yes, that inflates the number just a little bit, and it kind of gets Chaos into a bad spot because those are easy to clear away and turn into counterattacks the other way.
Exactly, you said it. They are looking for quantity, not quality, and against a team like Cloud9, you need quality shots. You need quality setup plays, and if it's just a simple individual shot coming on net, this team has seen it all. They're going to clear those away, no problem, especially when they're communicating like they are. They're not double committing like they were all season long. It's hard to get goals against this team. You have to be creative. You have to have midfield passing plays. You have to have back passes. You have to do something to get Cloud9 on the tips of their toes.
We'll see what Chaos has to answer here in Game 4. The odd games have gone to Cloud9. Chaos took that lengthy second game in OT. Corrupted G trying to rush downfield. Futile effort as Torment is there. Goes all the way across to Mektos, however. That'll be just high, and Gimmick will get credit for his save.
Good patience from Taroko, just sitting at midfield. Everybody's up for Cloud9. The net is wide open, but Torment comes in to clear this ball to the side. And once again, the first 30 seconds in favor of Chaos Esports.
And yet again, Gimmick getting a demo on Corrupted G. He's been his preferred target. Mektos wins the challenge over Squishy. Here's Taroko, and what a save by Gimmick, the everyman for Cloud9 in this series.
The great heads-up play. He gets underneath the ball, so it goes up to hit that crossbar. High IQ play coming out for Gimmick.
Corrupted G demoed yet again, so Mektos will try to find Taroko. That actually may have been a shot. It would have been a very tight angle. Now Corrupted G back in the play, but watching that ball go over him. Mektos has Taroko waiting for a pass. Instead, Taroko's got to get back as Squishy has possession.
Squishy was waiting on that boost pad, hoping it was going to spawn. He does get that back one, stealing it away from Chaos, but that one is not going to hurt as they pushed into the offensive half, and Taroko gets a beautiful catch in the corner, but Gimmick waiting, whiffs on that ball, and unfortunately we're starting to get used to those more and more as this season has progressed.
It is Squishy to try and start things off again for Cloud9. Gimmick now trying to get one in front, and Torment can only get a piece of this ball. That will find Corrupted G, and it'll find Mektos, and more importantly, the net.
What did this team need to get goals? Creative passing plays, and Corrupted G bombs it downfield to Mektos, running all the way down the left-hand side, and puts a hard shot on net, giving Chaos the lead.
Torment was chasing Mektos down the field, trying to get a demo just out of his reach. And now Squishy with a full tank of boost up near the ceiling. Don't need to go too deep into the memory bank to find some of the most iconic goals in Rocket League history coming from that man right there, but he's missed this ball. And now Torment will bank one out for Gimmick. Instead, it's Mektos coming on, and Gimmick has to stay back and make the save.
Oh, good beat there from Corrupted G, sneaking out Gimmick, and Taroko puts that one towards box. A weak shot down low, gonna allow Squishy to pass it up towards Gimmick. And Cloud9 have been utilizing the corners in this series matchup against Chaos. Chaos needs to start sending one guy from the side wall over to that corner to try to get that ball away from him.
Mektos getting bullied by Gimmick. What else is new as Gimmick trying to do everything for C9. He is up for this ball as well, and Taroko will collect. Gets around Squishy, but not the second time around. And that will leave Corrupted G, but he's going to have to get back. Doesn't have anything to work with, and he thought about hanging around soon.
Yeah, Squishy said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, I'm taking you off the field. And Gimmick taking Mektos off. After this series, Stacks, I want to look at how many demos Cloud9 has gotten, because I feel like this has got to be a record for them.
Certainly the most this season. Again, they had the fewest, and they were also taken off the field, the fewest of anybody this season. It was very bizarre for Cloud9. That shot from Taroko, saved by Squishy. And now a clever touch from Mektos, at least got this out towards midfield, but Gimmick was following as well.
Oh, and Corrupted G just dove at that ball. Net's going to be vulnerable for just a second, but Taroko with a good flick to pop this ball up towards the ceiling, and that one just skimming along as well. Gimmick puts this one up. Squishy looking for the shot below Mektos, but a last-ditch save off the post, and Cloud9 can't buy a goal.
And then what does it turn into on the other side? A two-goal swing. This is where they tied up game 2 as well, but this time they don't convert, and it turns into a goal on the other side.
Cloud9 sent the house on that one and left their side completely wide open. And good field awareness from Chaos to see that net and put a second one on.
In November of 2018, Cloud9 converts that goal, and they probably do it with a little bit of pizzazz. In 2019, they're in the promotion tournament, about to be tied up 2-2 with Chaos Esports Club. Gimmick taking his time, has plenty of boost to work with. Cloud9's not out of this game just yet, and Gimmick will hammer it home.
Check your eyes on Torment, takes Mektos and says, see ya later, kid, and Squishy and Gimmick with the highlight reel goal.
We saw the new Cloud9 a moment ago. That's the old Cloud9 with 39 seconds left. Far from out of this game. Torment got a piece of that ball, and now Squishy will just float it up there, trying to stall, let his teammates reset. Gimmick trying to keep the defense guessing, and that'll be collected by Taroko. Good challenge to get around Torment. And Gimmick, I think, did get a piece of Taroko there. So here comes Squishy. He's going to find Torment, and we're all tied up.
Just like that tie ball game. And it comes because of the bump on Taroko. Squishy's able to carry this ball all the way downfield and connect with Torment.
Neither of these teams are ever out of a game, and they are putting on a show to start things off. This is only our first match of the day. Mektos. Now Chaos has to recover from perhaps a bit of shell shock here, as this is going to be out towards Torment.
Oh, the pass!
Gimmick is going to be saved by Corrupted G. Last-ditch effort there from Cloud9. Now they have one more. Squishy has Gimmick interfering in the net, and we'll go to overtime again.
I like this new Cloud9 team we're seeing right here. This is a brand new play style that we haven't seen, and this has just got to be a pain to deal with.
Mekdos will throw one at the backboard, hope something good happens. Something good has happened. Torment missed that, and now it's saved by Squishy. A golden opportunity that Chaos has let go by the wayside.
And Squishy narrowly avoiding the demo from Mekdos. Mekdos, speaking of which, coming downfield, couldn't quite wrap that pass around. And gameplay, that ball's on target, and Squishy with the diving save. Torment got tied up on the wall.
Man, that was scary for Cloud9, but now, back the other way, Gimmick with a great challenge forces Taroko into his own deep corner. Taroko, that's got to be played by Gimmick, right out towards midfield. Torment is there, and Mekdo should have this easily. Well, we have had some fireworks in the even games in this series, Stubby. Game 2 was a 4+ minute overtime. We're in extra time here as well. Taroko does not get to this. Gimmick just beat him.
That's the second save Gimmick has had where he's gotten underneath that ball to prevent the shot going on target. That's just a veteran showing that he knows how this ball works.
The 2 games that Cloud9 has won in this series, they have unquestionably dominated their opponent. Yes, it was a 1-goal game the first time around, but you never felt like Chaos was a threat to tie that game up. Game 3, much the same, but it's the even games here. The one that Chaos won in Game 2, now this one where it's been a little shaky. They've missed some opportunities, but so too has Chaos.
Yeah, both teams have definitely missed a few opportunities, but I feel like Cloud9 deserving this one off the backboard again for Gimmick. Squishy swoops in to maintain possession, but Corrupted G bombs it all the way downfield, and Torment has to use all of his boost to get that ball into the corner.
All 36 of it, and he's still hurting for boost right now. Taroko trying to drop one down. Corrupted G does not come up to play it. Instead, he'll play this ball right over to Mekdos. Mekdos has Taroko waiting to follow up, but that ball goes opposite side. Now Corrupted G, that'll get through to the backboard. Taroko to set it up in center, and that's cleared by Gimmick. Watch the counterattack. Taroko, bold play, getting that midfield boost, but he does get back in time.
That was a smart play to deny Cloud9 that boost, and Corrupted G using everything to get up to deny Torment on that shot. The passing play broken up by Gimmick. Torment allowed a little bit of time by 1. The shot on target, but Mekdos easily turns that one to the corner.
Yeah, but they are letting Cloud9 get a little comfortable on the offensive end. This is good for Mekdos. Over to Taroko, blistering shot. This is off the corner, and then Mekdos just hands it off to Squishy.
That's the passing plays that they need. That's what's worked against Cloud9. Those nice hard passes and then the hard shot on target.
Taroko trying to find Mekdos, so that's going to be to Torment, and Mekdos does get back in time. Even better from Corrupted G, and that buys Chaos a ton of time, as does that demo.
Oh, Gimmick miscarries that ball, gonna turn it over in midfield, and Torment gonna push this one up. Good touch there from Gimmick to put it towards the box, but Taroko playing patient here in game number 4.
That double commit could slow down Cloud9, and by association, it could get Chaos back in business on the offensive end, trying to win the battle at midfield. Now Taroko is a little slow to that ball. Squishy will bomb it away. Well, that's a clever first touch by Corrupted G, but he couldn't recover for a second, and Taroko just gets to this before Gimmick bumps him out of the play. Squishy's up again, and Taroko barely beats him. Taroko's got to be very low on boost, as it'll be Torment playing through, and Mekdo stops him.
Chaos. Corrupted G just went away from that ball, gave it to Squishy, and Squishy couldn't get the double tap. Corrupted G still in no man's land, low on boost, able to get up, get a touch on that, but Cloud9 still holding on to possession here in overtime. Corrupted G with a great pass forward, and Mekdos pushes it into Cloud9's half.
They are trying to do a lot with nothing right now, as that demo from Mekdos, that might be the best thing that could have happened to Chaos. At least he gets 30 boost out of it. Now Corrupted G, his shot easily stopped by Torment. This game running longer than the other overtime in this series. Squishy. He doesn't have much to work with, but he could win a challenge. He does. Now Gimmick pops one up, and Taroko will send it all the way across.
Gimmick's in net, just causing chaos in Chaos's defensive half.
Now Mekto, so he did not go out for this and still made the save.
You're kidding me.
That is incredible. We've seen one from Mektos, one from Gimmick, and Squishy will clear this right towards Gimmick, but he missed that ball.
This is where complacency can be your worst enemy. You never want to get too comfortable. Mektos missing the double tap there. Cloud9, fast break opportunity. They have numbers. Gimmick is up. Gets the challenge. Torment coming in. Puts the shot on target. And Corrupted G there for the last-ditch effort save.
That was starting to change colors on its way through. But we're going to keep playing. 5.5 minutes in. Gimmick going through, and he's stopped by Mektos.
We saw the double commit there from Squishy and Gimmick.
Another boost steal by Torment. Now it's a jailbreak into the Chaos net, and Gimmick has Cloud9 one win away.
This is just high IQ from Torment, swooping through, throwing Taroko off his course. He has no challenge available. And at that point, it's up to Squishy and Gimmick to do what they do best, and that's score goals.
Great stuff from Cloud9 under duress. Almost 1,000 for Gimmick there. Well-deserved MVP. 12 shots from Gimmick alone. 11 from Mektos. Wow, we knew the numbers would be lopsided with a 5-minute overtime, almost 6. But that's insane.
I thought it was insane that Squishy had a playmaker there. So far, he has 3 goals, and he had no assists prior to this match. He gets 3 of them right here, finding his teammates left and right. I am just so impressed with Cloud9 rotating through the zone, and even when they're not rotating through the zone, even in midfield, looking for bumps, looking for demos, they're starting to learn from the young guns in Rocket League.
And this is a spot that Cloud9 hasn't been in very often this season, a chance to close out a team, to take a series. Again, they only won 2 series all season long. This would be huge because now you win this series, you have a bit of a safety net now behind you. You don't immediately drop down to the lower bracket, be 1 win away, and get 2 shots at saving your season.
Everybody wants a little bit of buffer in between that, especially when there's RLCS spot on the line. That is huge right there. You need to make sure that you do whatever you can to retain that. And Cloud9 making a great case right now, saying we deserve it and we deserve to stay. Chaos starting to fight, though, and they looked very good there in overtime. They just need to figure out, how do you deal with those bumps and demos?
Well, how do they deal with this? They're in a must-win situation where they are 6-5 this season, needing to win to prolong or win a series. Take that into consideration. It's a longer series this time around. Be Cloud9 on the offensive end to start things off. Torment intercepts at midfield. Cloud9 in business early. Corrupted G. That's going to be taken by Torment. Still hasn't rotated out of the zone, and now he will. That corner boost doesn't spawn for him, neither does midfield.
Great pirouette ball carry there to get that all the way down the field, and Gimmick there to prevent that double tap from happening.
Mektos wins that challenge. Now Corrupted G shot. Nobody home. And he will get that in off the crossbar.
Just rings it underneath the defense. And Cloud9 pushing out of their defensive half, leaving the net open. Corrupted G makes them pay.
Much needed for Chaos to score early. But when they've scored early in games, Cloud9 has had an answer. At often the most devastating of times, they have dominated the final minute of every game so far in this series.
Yeah, it's almost like Cloud9's giving them the handicap here.
Squishy out towards Gimmick. He's going to rotate out for that midfield boost. And now Squishy's going to have free reign on a shot that Corrupted G just barely gets to.
Good touch from Taroko and a double touch to put it on target, but Squishy able to rotate back quick enough, and a good demo there from Gimmick. The pass was available, but he took away all opportunities.
For Corrupted G, this series has gone through about 10 minutes of overtime, but he's probably only played about 10 minutes in this series. He has been demoed left and right. Mekdos will play this facing his own net. That's very dangerous. That double commit even worse. And Taroko take it out of the play. Now Squishy for himself and blocked by Mekdos.
You think Gimmick's playing with a little chip on his shoulder here?
I think a lot of these players are very aware of what social media has had to say about them, and some players more than others.
They are doing whatever they can to silence all critics. Gimmick has been all over the field, but Corrupted G looking to take out Squishy doesn't happen, and the transition offense doesn't come out from Cloud9.
Mekdos and Gimmick collide at midfield. It'll be Squishy. Slow play against Mekdos. Still manages to force that ball through, but the save is made by Gimmick. Now Mekdos will try again, finding Taroko. Again, this power tandem has been so good in these community tournaments. They're trying to translate that to three success as well. Corrupted G to Mekdos. No, Taroko follows and that shot saved by Torment. He'll make, no, it'll be Gimmick who comes across to make another save. And that was very dangerous for Cloud9, and look how quickly they turn it into offense on the other end.
Almost had the double tap. Squishy getting bumped on that wall inadvertently from Taroko, and a good drop down pass. Gimmick's up, puts the shot on target, and Taroko clears that ball downfield to his teammate, and Chaos Esports looking to start up some offense.
Gimmick through midfield. Be quite the magic act if he was able to score that, but the bump will certainly help out, and Torment ties the game.
Just no panic in their eyes. Cloud9 looking so patient. Squishy takes out one, Gimmick sets his sights on the other, and Torment has a wide open net available.
Again, the physical plays of old from Cloud9, a team on a mission with their RLCS spot in jeopardy. Corrupted G. Center ball is going to be cleared away. Now Taroko loses possession there. It'll be another boost steal from Gimmick. I have a feeling when you look at all the analytics, all the boost and positioning numbers, you're going to see a lot more of the 2018 Cloud9. When you look back at this, here's Corrupted G and Taroko both going for that ball. Now Squishy does not get that ball centered. Instead, caught a piece of Torment on his way back.
And uncontested in midfield. You can tell Chaos starting to slow it down. Torment with the close post shot turned away by Corrupted G.
Squishy plays another one in. That's not played well by Corrupted G. This could be a lot of trouble now for Chaos Esports Club. Remember, their backs are against the wall here in this first round series. Have to win it to prolong into a sixth game. Squishy, this will rain down, and it's gonna find its way through.
This guy never ceases to amaze me, always making highlight reel plays up off the... Oh my goodness, how does he read that?
Boy, it's something in the water up there in Canada, because they have a lot of very talented players. We're going to see them in this tournament. Seeing them in this match even between Taroko and Squishy. Here's Corrupted G. Taroko dropped down, and there would have been Mekdos to pass to, but who else? Gimmick took him out.
That's the second time this game that's exact same play has tried to come out from Chaos, and Cloud9 has demoed the player coming in to receive that pass.
20 seconds left in this series, unless Chaos can prolong it somehow. Corrupted G around the corner. Mekdos will need to get to this with 10 seconds left. Weak pass to midfield, again intercepted by Squishy. Corrupted G with a clear with 3 seconds left. Torment dumps another one in. Chaos have to go the length of the field. No, sir. Cloud9 have come to a business meeting, and now they are one win away from getting back into the RLCS.
Now they'll be looking to fight up against either the Charlotte Phoenix or G2 Esports. Cloud9. Hey, sometimes it's easy to say we deserve to be in the RLCS, but actions speak louder than words, and Cloud9 putting it all on the table here.
In typical Chaos fashion, all those games, except one, decided by just one goal. It's amazing how it happens to this team all season long, but Cloud9 gets them this time. What are you looking at? Are you amazed that I have these numbers?
No, I'm amazed that this team does this. I mean, We've watched them at World Gaming, and they were the favorite to win that. And yeah, they didn't win that, obviously. And then they come into the Rival Series, and a heavy favorite to take number 1. Didn't do that. It's just they have the potential for greatness, and it just doesn't happen. They're all, like you said, 1 goal away. That's what separates this team. They need to figure something out because it's working, but not enough.
Well, it seemed unfathomable that both G2 and Cloud9 would relegate out of the RLCS. It also seemed unfathomable that the Charlotte Phoenix would be in this spot. But they are. The number 1 team from the Rival Series takes on G2 coming up next.